Look at this painting. No, don't just glance at it. Stay with it. Let your eyes adjust to the chaos, to the storm that refuses to settle. At first, it feels like nothing, just blurred shapes, tangled forms, a world dissolving into water and light. But the longer you look, the more it begins to move. And the sky is not still, it's collapsing. The water is not calm, it's alive, pulling everything downward. And the figures, they are not just painted, they're struggling, drowning. This is seen from a Deluge by Anne-Louis Girodet de Roussy-Trioson, a massive canvas, overwhelming in scale, over 4 meters wide, towering, consuming, impossible to ignore. It doesn't invite you to observe, it forces you inside. Look closer. There is a story buried beneath the storm. A family, 5 figures, barely holding on against the violence of nature. A man clings to a jagged rock, his body stretched to its breaking point. His fingers dig into a branch above him, a branch that is already splintering. You can almost hear it, a quiet crack, lost beneath the roar of wind and water. With his other hand, he reaches downward, desperate, grasping, trying to pull his family out of the rising flood, his wife, his children. Their bodies are pulled by the current, twisting, slipping, dragged further away with every second. They are close enough to touch, but not close enough to save. And on his back, an old man clings to him, heavy, still, a burden he refuses to let go. In his hand, a purse, a small, fragile thing, clutched tightly, even now, even here, even at the end. What does it mean? That even as the world collapses, we hold on to what no longer matters. Above them, the sky tears open. Lightning rips across the darkness in violent flashes, illuminating the scene for only a second at a time, just enough to see their faces, their fear, their desperation, their realization. And then, darkness again. And in the water, something drifts, unmoving, silent. A body, a cadaver carried by the current, weightless, lifeless, already claimed by the storm. It doesn't struggle. It doesn't reach. It simply moves with the water, as if the fight has already ended. This is not a moment of rescue. This is the moment before everything disappears. The branch will break. The grip will fail. The water will rise. And the storm will take them all. There is no escape here. No horizon to run toward. No solid ground to stand on. Only motion. Only collapse. Only the overwhelming force of something far greater than human will. And that is what makes this painting so unsettling, because it does not show evil. It does not show monsters. It shows something far more terrifying: indifference. Nature does not rage out of anger. It does not destroy out of hatred. It simply exists, and in its existence, it overwhelms everything. Anne-Louis understood this. He lived in a time when artists were no longer satisfied with beauty alone. They wanted to capture emotion, sensation, fear. Anne-Louis did not paint the world as it looked. He painted the world as it felt. Forms dissolve, edges blur, light and shadow collide until nothing feels stable anymore. The painting itself begins to feel like the storm. Unpredictable, uncontrollable, alive. Some believe this scene was inspired by the biblical flood, a story of cleansing, of judgment, of starting again. But there is no beginning here, only an ending. There is no arc in the distance, no promise of survival, no divine hand reaching down to save them. Only water, endless, rising, consuming water. And that is where the true horror lives. Not in the storm, but in the realization of it. Imagine standing there, the cold water rising around your legs, your chest, your throat. The sound of the storm drowning out your thoughts, the weight of those you love pulling you down, even as you try to hold them up, branch as it strain, ready to snap. See the bodies slipping further into the flood. Notice the stillness of the one who no longer fights. Stay there, just a little longer. Because the longer you look, the quieter it becomes. The chaos fades. The movement slows. And all that remains is the weight of what is about to happen, and the sinking realization that this is not just a painting of the end of the world. It is a reminder of how fragile we are, how quickly everything can be taken